So last week was the IBJJF Worlds. And once again, same as every majors, I see the same mistakes that people keep making time and time again. And a major one, one of the biggest that people make when it comes to making weight, is they give away the biggest advantage that they have. The biggest advantage they could have that would have an effect on their performance, their ability to push their pace on their opponents, to dominate their opponents physically, and they just give it away every single time. And it's the opposite of what you think you should be doing. What you think you should be doing when it comes to jiu-jitsu competitions and any same day combat sport is be the lightest that you can possibly be. You probably have a mindset, and it's prevalent in most gyms, that lighter is better. I want to be the lightest I can on competition day because for some strange reason, in your head, and I'm not speaking to you specifically, but people in general, is that they believe that when they diet down aggressively most of the time, they will be bigger than their opponents, which will give them a physical advantage. However, with jiu-jitsu competitions, and especially with IBJJF jiu-jitsu competitions, where you have to weigh in and then go compete straight away with no room to have more food, rehydrate fully, etc., you are all the same weight, roughly, give or take maybe 1 pound for water that you're allowed. Like, you are all the same weight. You do not have that level of physical advantage, what you think you do. It's because you've been brainwashed by things like MMA weigh-ins and same day before weigh-ins, where you can manipulate this and give yourself like a size and strength advantage. But when it's just before you fight, you do not have an advantage. And everybody says the same. They go out, they compete, they come off the mats, they say things like, it just didn't feel like me out there. I performed loads better in training. I felt like I had no pop, like I couldn't get my game going. And it's because you have depleted yourself and ran yourself down that much that any kind of physicality that you have, the explosiveness, the power, the ability to push pace on people that you do in the gym is gone because you are not fueled, you are not fully hydrated, you have probably done something stupid to allow yourself to make this weight. And it doesn't even need to be crazy, weight cut tactics that you do to make weight. It could be simply that you've just really had to be so aggressive on running calories that low, like for that long, that you're just too depleted to perform. So what should you do? What is the advantage that you could get over people? Well, even not at Worlds and things like that, but let's take away, even if you do have fat to lose and things like that, just overall, we're just talking about performance. What you would be better doing is seeing what you weigh right now. And chances are you are either in the middle of a weight class or you are right at the top of one. You could be at the bottom, but you're generally in the middle or right at the top. If you're right at the top of your weight class, the best thing that you can do is register for the weight class above and then be able to come into that performance fully fueled, fully hydrated, having an insane camp where you've worked on your strength and conditioning, your fitness, your ability to push pace, and just like be physically dominant to other people that are in the same weight class. And do that. If you are at the bottom or in the the weight class above, then do the same. Allow yourself that good few kilos to be able to have the foods that you need to be able to be fully fueled and give yourself the best chance physiologically. I didn't realize that my camera had fallen down. Sorry. I got carried away with ranting. So do that, and I promise that you will have better competition results. Like, you just will. Don't forget that BJJ competition especially is the whole point of it is to like showcase your skill to the best possible ability. And the only way that you can do that is if you do not give yourself physical disadvantage, which is what you do by doing, running yourself down that low. Try it at a local comp. If you're worried about taking my advice, despite 18 years of, proven results. If you're worried about doing it at a majors, do it at like a small local comp where you've got nothing to lose. Even if you're a gi player, just do it in no gi, you know what I mean? And just do it and see how it feels. And I promise you that you will have such a better performance. You will realise that the whole thing of being in a smaller weight class to gain a physical advantage is just stupid. It's dumb. You are not going to get the advantage that you think you are. If you've got any questions about anything specifically that I've gone over, how to fuel yourself coming into it, even weight class selection, if you are some kind of weird anomaly that doesn't be covered in the things that I've talked about today, again, there is a completely free nutrition evaluation link in the description. Answer a couple of questions, give me as much details on anything you want. Doesn't even have to be weight classes, can be supplementation, dieting, gaining muscle, anything and everything to do with nutrition. Send it over and I will do a completely free bespoke video reply to you where I will go over exactly your problems, how you can address it, and some tactics to be able to help address it. Again, there's no paywall, there's no upselling. I don't follow up again with, oh, would you like coaching or anything like that. It's just the video. Again, got questions, let me know. Sorry for ranting so much that my camera fell off.